Hi, Rusty. With a microphone. How you doing? Coach, let's just wait a second. We have a few more. Okay. Couple minutes for a minute to get in here. Hi, Diamond. What's up, Mark? How you doing? Good. Hi, Janie.
Just going to go. We'll get started with questions. We have the boom mics around the room. If you please raise your hand, we'll get the mic to you. First question right up here in the front.
Coach, I know that technically this is a rematch from last year, but I'm wondering what differences you see from both teams going into this finals.
I think we are mostly the same in terms of personnel. I think we have more confidence, having been through the whole run last year and then what we've gone through this year and the adversity we've faced with injuries. So I think we're stronger at our core, but we're very similar as a basketball team. I think they are dramatically different. Obviously, they're healthy. But not only are they healthy, they've changed their style. You know, they tried to grind us to a pulp last year, playing big, and they were slowing the ball down, slowing the pace down. This year, they've added Channing Frye. They're not playing Mozgov. They've got shooting all over the place, and they're playing a much faster pace. So it's really a much different team than we're seeing.
Diamond on the right.
Diamond Leung, Barry News Group. Steve, Bob was saying that you called him before making the decision on Andre and Harrison, just kind of to talk things through. I was curious, how difficult of a call was that to make for your staff? What are the advantages of starting Andre? And just between us, what are you going to do?
I like the first part of the question. I'll answer that. I won't tell you what I'm going to do, but the thinking is, you know, do we really want to change anything? We've gone 2 years with Harrison starting, and it's been a pretty good 2 years. So do you go away from something that you've been successful with? On the flip side, it's the playoffs. You can make adjustments like we did last year against Cleveland, putting Andre in the lineup, and sometimes those adjustments are good. So that's kind of what you're weighing is, you know, the positives and the negatives going in when you're talking about an adjustment into the lineup. And you weigh it and you make your decision and you hope for the best.
Mark, here in the front.
Mark Spears, ESPN's Undefeated. Coach, can you talk about just Steph, how he seems to be motivated anytime there's been a slight or a dig that he's faced this season? Have you noticed that? Or?
Yes. Steph is extremely competitive in a very humble way. He doesn't have to say anything. He does his talking through his play, basically. But he definitely is motivated by things that people say about him or things that he reads or anything like that. The guy is as gifted and skilled as he is. I think one of his greatest attributes is his competitive fire. And a lot of people don't know that because of his demeanor, but he's an incredible competitor.
So do you think his background, the school he went to, kind of brings him back to that, is kind of where he gets that drive from?
You mean the fact that he wasn't recruited by the big schools? Yeah, I'm sure that was part of it. He's kind of always been the underdog, and all of a sudden he's the two-time MVP. That's a strange situation. Hardly any players have ever done that. I guess Steve Nash would be the other that would come to mind right away. But, yeah, Steph is he's just got his head on straight, great family background. He's got great perspective on the world and how fortunate he is. And he seems to bring the right blend of rationality and confidence.
Mark, second row.
Steve, Mark Schwartz, ESPN. In the same way that Steph maybe gets some motivation out of some of the slights that he's received, maybe some other players on your team also are fueled by that sort of thing. Could you talk about the ones who are most fueled by being told they're not going to be good enough, they haven't been good enough, and they're not going to win a series or a championship?
Mark, if you want to talk about Draymond, just ask about Draymond. I mean, I assume that's who you're talking about. Yeah, every player is different. You know, every player needs to motivate himself however he needs. So Draymond finds any little slight to get himself going, and that's great. He's our emotional leader. He's our slightly crazy, gives us the edge type guy that you need to compete at the highest level. And whatever he needs to do to motivate himself, he does.
Back right.